Hey guys, back here a few seconds after the last video, and like I say, gonna try to knock a few of these out tonight. Just feel like talking. I'm waiting on maintenance to be done for goddamn Master Duel, so I've done Prestige Master on the newest COD. So I'm just kind of chilling. I'm in the mood for making videos. It is supposed to warm up in a couple days, so hopefully get the ball rolling. A lot of shit. Getting it all set up finally. So I'll make a video about a lot of that here soon. Probably not tonight, because I just got to see how the next few days kind of play out. But I got a lot to talk about with the kind of original vibe of the channel from whenever I was first starting. I'm just kind of updating everybody on everything, kind of what's going on. Some of it's a little TMI, but it's document my journey. You know, leaving the workforce and making my own way. So, but getting to that in another one, what I want to talk about in this one here is something me and my wife was talking about the other day. And that's about getting to smoke in public places, right? Now, I can't say this for sure, and this is kind of pertaining to America. At least that's, so I can't say for other places. Other places probably ain't nowhere near as bad. Um, I remember as a kid, whenever like they would have like ashtrays and stuff like it, McDonald's, Dairy Queen. I do remember that. I'd love to get a McDonald's ashtray. Um, not to get on this rant, a Big Mac and a McDouble, probably my favorite cheeseburgers, guys. I mean, love that shit. but anyways, I remember that as a kid, and I remember, excuse me, smoking sections in places. I remember whenever we travel around a little bit and stuff like that with my family, I remember you could get a smoking room or a non-smoking room. And I don't know when, I didn't really pay that much of attention to it. But I remember whenever Dairy Queen stopped, though, because it was a big ordeal, right? Because my buddy's dad is like diehard Dairy Queen guy. He's like there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? He's one of them guys, right? And around here, there's quite a few diehard Dairy Queen guys. Okay, there's not much going on here. Okay, so but point is though, I remember whenever they stopped the smoking because at that same time they swapped from Pepsi products to Coke products, and they also remodeled the store. Because I would go there and hang out all the time and shit as a kid. So I met one of my buddies I don't really talk to anymore, other than happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't really have a whole lot against the guy or anything. It's not the one I've referred to in some of the past videos and stuff like that. But it's just like, I'm just doing my shit over here. He's doing his shit over there. You know what I'm saying? So, and anyways, though, that's how we met. Probably one of my oldest friends, just based on that. Because again, his dad was diehard, and people that kind of took care of me but wasn't blood related would take me there with them and stuff. So, um, anyways, I remember when they stopped that because he would still smoke in there even afterwards. He's like, if y'all gonna let people dip in here, then I'm gonna keep smoking in here. I've been coming here every day for fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 20, 30 years or whatever the fuck it was, you know what I'm saying? Before it was even Dairy Queen. They're like, okay, no problem. But, you know the guy and stuff like that. So, it was no big deal. But regardless, though, I remember he always smoked Pall Mall Reds. But before that, there used to be a cigarette called Viceroys that he would smoke. But a good Pall Mall Red, I kind of fuck with those every now and again. Be honest with you guys. Still trying to think of that Harley Davidson cigarette. But regardless, though, trying to find a place to smoke sucks. Um, there's this little bit bigger town that we go to that's not our hometown that we would say, but still about the same distance away, just in the other direction, right? And they have like a law up there where you can't even smoke like within like 10, 15 feet of any like public entrance or anything. Something stupid, some fucking stupid shit, right? And like I've said in other videos, if you're smoking a cigarette and people want to like think about you weird or give you that like thing, fuck them. They're not anybody you're going to want to be around anyways, because they're people that's going to judge you based on how you look, something you do, smoking, whatever, right? There's not anybody you want to even be around anyway, so fuck them, you know. Um, now that being said, I always do. Dude, I'm walking up to the stores and stuff like that. I'm smoking. Last puff, back there behind the doors. I'm in. You know, I always flip a cigarette out and stuff, though, of course. But they look at you weird too whenever you're coming out of like Walmart or something. You like preload a cigarette up in your mouth, and then you're walking out, and then that first step you take outside the door, chink, light it up. You know, um, one hand on the shopping cart. But regardless, though, there's another town that is connected to that town, but it's like its own thing, right? It's like a small town. I think the biggest place there is like a Family Dollar or whatever, right? Dollar Tree or some a dollar store or whatever, right? And no chain store like fast food or anything like that. There's a place I haven't been to in years. This place was our fucking lifeline. They had that is like a little restaurant inside of this gas station. Don't even know what the fuck it's called. We would call it Crispy Crunchy Fried Chicken Gas Station because they had the crispy crunchy chicken there. They had the sign out there, you know, like the one with the little sun on it and shit. And we would go there a lot of times at 2, 3 in the morning, sobering up. They'd let you smoke in there. They had coffee on always. There's a few factories around there, so you know you got night shift people kind of coming in now. And they also had like one of them scratch off ticket machines, and you also had the key, like little kiosk where you can go and like just put in your card, I guess, and print them off or whatever. Um, so you had a lot of that kind of odd clientele because it's in the middle of the fucking night. It's in a little small ass whatever the fuck gas station type thing and stuff, and you could get you some hot ass chicken strips, smoke you some cigarettes there, drink you some coffee, sober on up. That place was our lifeline whenever we was on the come up. Uh, and me and my wife, we would go there and eat a lot though too, right? Even during the day, and you could smoke in there. That's whenever she was still smoking stuff too. And I'll never take that for granted. Getting to experience what it's like to just have like this ambiance of like, of course there would be other people in there smoking stuff too. I mean, they had ashtrays on tables for people to smoke in there, and it's like, and not just sobering up. I've been there sober plenty of times too, but I loved how it was 24 hours. I mean, that was the shit. So, but just getting to experience smoking in a restaurant, drinking coffee, you know, steam from the coffee, the smoke from the cigarette in a public setting. That's like shit from movies, you know. It's amazing. And me and my wife, like I said, was talking about that. We're so thankful that we got to experience that, you know. And not everybody's going to get to experience what it's like smoking inside of a place, especially at this point in time. Um, I was talking to her the other day about something else. We got on top of like interior design. I love green shag carpet, um, that fire orange shag carpet, and wood paneled walls. I mean, I know we got all the white shit here and stuff that's previously painted, right? We just haven't done this room yet. Um, I was born to live in like a 70s model trailer, guys, right? Like, so, um, I just love that like cozy, just very grounding. Everything like kind of brown, earthy vibes. Coffee's brown, tobacco's brown. It just all works, you know. So that was the main place that we'd get to smoke into. Um, we've been to some bars and stuff. You can smoking kind of goes hand in hand with drinking. I feel like, um, but they always had like some patio fucking bullshit stuff you had to kind of deal with. So not gonna truly count those. But yeah, I remember whenever I was growing up, I seen a lot of the every place is going to no smoking, you know. And now I love smoking outside as long as it's like if it's like outside here, I don't mind it because it gives me a chance to get away from inside where I get step outside. I love being outside here. You know, I live in the middle of nowhere, so um, you know, there's that. Now, um, let's see. Oh yeah, now there was this bar. Uh, it was open to like 3 in the morning and opened up at 7 in the morning. I mean, it had better hours than fucking Walmart does now. And it was cross state line. I mean, it took a little while to get there and shit, but they only had beer there too. But they actually had PBR, which is my preferred, uh, like redneck beer, whatever you want to say. That's what I always refer to it as, the name brands, the shit you'd see or know. And anyways, you could smoke in there. I mean, there wasn't no patio bullshit. And this is in like another little town. You blink, you miss it. I don't even know if they had a dollar store there. They might now because they're popping up everywhere. But there's just a few bars, few cigarette shops, a couple of gas stations, place to eat maybe, you know. Well, we ate down there one time, but it was in with a gas station. Had like one booth in the back by all the cases of beer. I remember sobered up there. Got a Philly cheesesteak, and goddamn, that's good. They didn't have a bathroom that you could use, and my buddy that's with us, he had to go piss. So he's just don't drink and drive, guys. But buzzed and had to drive back to the bar to piss, then come back while we waited on our food and stuff. And I think most of us got Philly cheesesteaks. So, but anyways, though that bar, uh, best bar I've ever been to. If I ever had to go back to a bar right now, I'd go there. They had pool, they had darts, they had jukebox. Um, they had cool ass clientele and shit too. And like I say, the beers were cheap as fuck. I mean, you get like actual like can of beer. Of course, I had the PBR in the yeah, they don't have PBR in the cans, but some of the stuff they had in bottles because my wife liked drinking Budweisers and stuff. They had those in bottles and stuff though. But beer was $2 a piece. You know, and they had them in big ice cooler thing. Which at the time I was like, man, it's almost a little high, but realistically, guys, like some of these other bars and shit I was going to, first of all, a lot of times they wouldn't even have normal or redneck beers. You have to get something weird. And I've got bad taste buds, guys. Like I say, I love to taste cigarettes and black coffee. So, and PBR. But these craft beers, guys, fuck, I can't do them. So, a lot of times it's all that shit. Like you get into like the fancier town, the one you can't smoke around the entrances and stuff from. So, I just love that. Again, very grounding. Oh yeah, and they had brown carpet as well, so that all makes sense. Uh, oh, and wood paneled walls. So that's what I'm talking about. Um, story goes that my grandpa actually owned a bar down there at one point, but he was a big time alcoholic and only had it for a few months. Obviously, you can't make no profit, get high on your own supply type shit, right? But that being said, though, I pretty much stopped drinking by the time that I hit 22, because I done drunk whenever I was underage, And then whenever I got 21, I got to experience the bars. And then after that, I was just kind of like, eh, you know, I still drank every now and again. And, got this one guy and stuff. He used to be my boss and shit like that. The construction job was cool as fuck. But every time I see him, we're always drinking a little beer and stuff like that, Um, so I still drink. I still like it and stuff like that. I had some moonshine up here. I was going to show off, but I guess I took it back down. Drank a little bit of that the other night, but I haven't gotten like drunk, uh, drunk or anything in years. Don't really want to either. Don't mind drinking a little bit. Just get a little bit of the buzz. Big chill. Um, didn't really mean for this to turn to the drinking episode, but not a lot of places you can smoke. So a lot of bars. Now, one other thing, one other place that you could smoke in. I don't know if I ever smoked in there, but it was like a pool hall that you could smoke inside of. And mind you, this place is like dirty as fuck. There's grease caked everywhere. It's fucking nasty and gross, and in there. But they done away with smoking. Now we ain't gonna scrape the grease that's been on the walls for years and years and years off. We're not gonna smoke in here anymore though. So ever since I done that, I ain't gave a fuck about going in there. I don't even like pool that much anyways. Pool's only fun whenever you're drunk and being goofy. So, I mean, I think, right? But seems like there was. Oh yes, one last place. Again, it was a gas station combo. It was in the absolute middle of fucking nowhere. The only place around for miles and miles. It's not even a gas station. It's like a brand name. It's like a couple of them old style pumps that you gotta actually flip the handle. Actually, you gotta flip it up, then pump, and then whenever you're done, you flip it down, then put your handle back in. And it only had 2 pumps out there, right? And it was like also a little like restaurant and stuff where you can go in there and cook, or they would go in there and cook for you and stuff. And around where they was at, there's a lot of log yards and stuff. And whenever was working construction, a lot of times we'd be out in there in the area and stuff. That's where we'd stop in and eat. And yeah, I'd get smoking there. I ended up selling out to Indians and stuff though, and then after that, I just it was around that time that I left that job anyways, and I just haven't been back because it was like 2 or 3 old like granny women or whatever in the back there cooking, and one of them like owned it and stuff, and like I say, shit just changes. I don't know if they outlawed smoking or in there or not, but I'm glad that I've got to experience that. The crispy crunchy fried chicken gas station one, I'd love to go back and experience that again, see if that's still a place and a thing. And sorry, I'm moving around, I'm getting a little uncomfortable here, but like I say, go back and experience that sometime. So maybe I'll get to, especially whenever my daughter gets a little bit older and stuff. She's still like wild as fuck if we take her in anywhere to eat and stuff, so we gotta most time eat out in the car. But yeah, so that being said, if you guys ever get to experience smoking inside of like a place, especially if they've got coffee and you get to sit down in there, I don't know, just the thought of going to a bar and drinking is just kind of like, I don't want to have to be around people getting obnoxious and weird. Like I said, the bar scene stuff kind of wore me out quick, but I was glad to experience it. But as far as the smoking and stuff goes, I'd love to sit down and smoke a cigarette over a hot cup of coffee and like just a chill kind of quiet restaurant. That's that real shit, guys. So, but yeah, if y'all ever get to experience that, even if you have to do like the patio deal, do it. It's nice as fuck. So, anyways, that's this video, and I'm gonna maybe make another one or two. So, if you made it all the way, appreciate it. Have a good one.